Proverbs chapter 13, the rewards of wisdom and the cost of folly. Proverbs chapter 13 presents a rich tapestry of wisdom, offering insights into the daily choices that shape a person's character and destiny. This chapter, like much of the book of Proverbs, contrasts the lives of the wise and the foolish, the righteous and the wicked, the diligent and the lazy. Each verse serves as a concise yet profound statement about the consequences of moral and practical decisions. The chapter begins by highlighting the importance of teachability. A wise son listens to his father's instruction, while a scoffer refuses correction. This sets the tone for the rest of the chapter. Wisdom is not just about knowledge, but about humility and a willingness to be corrected. The theme of speech follows closely. Words are shown to have power. Those who speak wisely will benefit from their words, while those who speak recklessly will suffer. Guarding one's mouth is equated with preserving one's life, emphasizing the value of self-control and thoughtful communication. Laziness is sharply criticized in contrast to diligence. The lazy person desires good things but has nothing, while the diligent are enriched. This reflects a broader theme throughout the chapter: effort, discipline, and virtue bring reward, while foolishness and vice bring ruin. The righteous person is portrayed as someone who loves truth and integrity, whereas the wicked person is marked by shame and disgrace. Righteousness serves as a kind of shield, protecting the upright, but sin leads to downfall. Several proverbs in the chapter address wealth and the dangers of appearances. Some people appear rich but have nothing, while others appear poor yet possess great treasure. This points to a deeper truth: material wealth does not always equate to real value or inner richness. Dishonest gain is fleeting, while wealth earned through hard work grows steadily. The righteous are encouraged to pursue wealth through honest labor, trusting that such a path is more stable and fulfilling. Hope and desire also play a significant role in the chapter. Delayed hope makes the heart sick, but fulfilled desire is likened to a tree of life, something that brings renewal and deep joy. This verse speaks to the emotional and spiritual impact of waiting and fulfillment, and reflects the broader human experience of longing and satisfaction. The chapter repeatedly returns to the idea that wisdom brings life and blessing. Those who despise God's word will be destroyed, but those who fear His commandments will be rewarded. Wisdom is described as a fountain of life that steers people away from the snares of death. This metaphor reinforces the idea that wise living isn't just moral, it is vital, protective, and life-giving. Interpersonal relationships are also central to Proverbs 13. A prudent person acts with knowledge, while a fool displays his folly openly. The company one keeps is critical. Walking with the wise leads to wisdom, but associating with fools results in harm. This emphasizes the formative power of relationships and the necessity of surrounding oneself with people who embody godly wisdom. Correction and discipline are recurring themes. Those who accept rebuke are honored, while those who reject it face shame and poverty. Even parental discipline is framed in this light. Withholding correction from a child is equated with hatred, while prompt discipline is a sign of love. This challenges modern notions of permissiveness and highlights the formative power of loving correction. The chapter ends with a focus on legacy and justice. A good person leaves an inheritance not just to their children but to their grandchildren, showing that the righteous think generationally. In contrast, the wealth of the sinner is said to be stored up for the righteous, suggesting a divine reordering of resources according to justice. There is also an acknowledgement of societal brokenness. Poor people may have untapped potential, like fallow ground, but injustice prevents it from bearing fruit. The final verse brings the chapter full circle. The righteous find satisfaction and contentment, while the wicked are left hungry, physically or spiritually. In all, Proverbs 13 underscores the consistent message of wisdom literature. Choices have consequences, and the path of righteousness, though sometimes difficult, leads to life, stability, and peace. Wisdom is not simply knowledge, but right living rooted in the fear of the Lord, humility, and integrity.
Chapter 13. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. A man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the unfaithful feeds on violence. He who guards his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction. The soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made rich. A righteous man hates lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and comes to shame. Righteousness guards him whose way is blameless, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. There is one who makes himself rich yet has nothing, and one who makes himself poor yet has great riches. The ransom of a man's life is his riches, but the poor does not hear rebuke. The light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked will be put out. By pride comes nothing but strife, but with the well-advised is wisdom. Wealth gained by dishonesty will be diminished, but he who gathers by labor will increase. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but when the desire comes, it is a tree of life. He who despises the word will be destroyed, but he who fears the commandment will be rewarded. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to turn one away from the snares of death. Good understanding gains favor, but the way of the unfaithful is hard. Every prudent man acts with knowledge, but a fool lays open his folly. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a faithful ambassador brings health. Poverty and shame will come to him who disdains correction, but he who regards a rebuke will be honored. A desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is an abomination to fools to depart from evil. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed. Evil pursues sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. Much food is in the fallow ground of the poor, and for lack of justice there is waste. He who spares his rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him promptly. The righteous eats to the satisfying of his soul, but the stomach of the wicked shall be in want.